today we're going to go over how to collect blood cultures using the discard method with the white tube. We're going to talk about collecting peripherally with a syringe. We're going to talk about collecting peripherally with a butterfly. We're also going to talk about collecting from a PICC line or a central line with a syringe. Okay, so to start, we're going to start with the peripheral collection. You will go through the steps, regular steps of collection that are the same as if you would do any sort of collection on just like regular blood, not blood cultures. Gonna go ahead and put the tourniquet on the patient. Make sure you are gloved. You'll palpate for a vein. Once you find your vein, you're going to use either the Preventix small swab or the swab stick. And you will take it and you will clean. Let me run open this one. You will clean your patient's site. Remember, you cannot go back in to touch it. You will clean, scrub vigorously outward. And then once you reach the max time, you're gonna flip it over. Don't touch the other side. Start in the center again. Scrub vigorously outward. Do not go back into the center. Once you are completed, you are going to let it air dry. You can go ahead and pop the tourniquet from your patient. Do not blow, do not breathe, do not talk over it. If your patient does not have a mask on, please instruct them to turn their head away so that they do not blow, breathe, or talk over it either, because you will cause contamination that way. Okay, so after you've waited and it is dry, you can no longer see any residue. You'll put your tourniquet back on. Forgive me, my arm has no body, so it moves with it. Okay, so you'll put your tourniquet back on. If you are sticking with a butterfly, your butterfly you will remove from the packaging. It comes with its own hub. Set that hub aside. You do not have to use it. Okay, you will attach the hub for the butterfly. You'll leave. There's an adapter inside. You're going to leave that adapter attached. Remove the safety device. Do not touch the area where you are sticking. Anchor, and you will stick. Once you're in the vein, again, don't touch the site that you stuck. You're going to insert your discard tube. It will remove the air from the line and it will fill. Once it is done, you will take your adapter out. If you are collecting a full set, you will get your green, let it fill. Once it is completed, you remove. You'll get your orange, let it fill. Once it is completed, you will remove. If you need to collect more labs, you reinsert the device, the applicator back into the hub. Then you will take your tubes and you will fill them in the order of draw. So if you got a blue, you'll do your blue next, then you're gonna do your red, gold, green, purple, gray. When you are done, go ahead and pop the tourniquet. You will have your gauze. Put your gauze down, remove, activate your safety device, and then either put tape or Coban on your patient to bandage up. Again, the order that I went in is going to be green, then orange. The reason we do not go in reverse is if you are only able to get the orange when you put the orange in first and not the green, we will reject it. We will not take just an orange. We can take just the green if we have to. We do not like to, and we will probably ask you to try to get an orange later, but we can still run this one without having the orange, okay? This is your anaerobic, and this is your aerobic. Aerobic goes first, anaerobic goes second. If you're collecting a PD, all you have to do is get the one PD. Don't do a PD and another color together in the same collection. That is not a set. Just do the PD by itself. It counts as its own set, okay? So we're gonna go back over the steps. This time I'm going to do a syringe collection peripherally, and then we'll go through the process of which hub to use for it. Let me move this out of the way. Hey, can you do me a favor and pull one of those parts over here for me? You can pull that one right there. Okay, so for the next one, I'm gonna use just the PD bottle for the collection. I've got a 10 ml syringe. Max on these is 5. Please do not depress the plunger on any of the ones that you do with the syringe. We don't want to overfill. If we overfill and we get it down here, we will reject it. If we don't reject it when we see it, our instrument will. It does measure the fill volume. Okay, so for the syringe collection peripherally, you're gonna follow all of your same steps. You're gonna put the tourniquet on your patient. You are going to palpate to find your vein. You're gonna clean the site, scrubbing vigorously from the inside outward, and then you're gonna flip it over to the other side. Let it dry, do not blow. Do not have your patient breathe or talk over it. And then once it's completely dry, you're gonna retie your tourniquet, and you're gonna make sure all of your stuff is assembled for a syringe collection. Okay. Remove the safety device. Then you're gonna anchor and stick, pull back on the syringe. Once you are collecting with a syringe, it's going to push back just a little bit on its own from the pressure. Don't pull too fast, but you also don't want to pull too slow. Once it fills, you can either go max volume, or once you get at least 5 mils, if you're using anything bigger than a 5 mil syringe, you can stop. You've reached your max, you get your gauze, put it on top, needle out. Always close on a hard surface, don't close on the patient, your hand, arm, or anything like that. Bandage or co-band your patient. You'll remove your needle and discard it in the sharps. Then you're going to attach your hub that is used for syringes. You're going to take your discard tube and you're going to fill it. Get yourself about 1.5 mils to 2 mils in there. Once you're done, put it on, remove the adapter, put it on top of your device. You see the plunger sucks down, it's going to take everything it needs, and then it is done. So that is syringe collection for a peripheral stick for blood cultures. Okay, so now we're going to talk about collection from a PICC or a central line. You're going to pick whichever what is it? Proximal, distal, or medial. You're going to collect from. You're going to clean it the same way that you would clean your patient's arm. So you are going to take your swab, whether it be the swab stick or the small swab. You're going to take it and you're going to clean. Make sure you're scrubbing. Obviously, you cannot go center to outwards, so just scrub the hub you're going to use, and then you'll flip it over and you'll scrub with the other side, and then you're going to set it and let it dry. Just make sure it doesn't touch anything, or the patient, the bed, or anything like that, because it will recontaminate and you will have to re-clean. Once it is dry, you're going to take your 10 cc syringe. You're going to pull 10 cc's of blood. You're going to waste it. Okay, just put it in the sharps. You're going to take your second 10 cc syringe. You're going to pull what you need, so you can go all the way to 10 or 5 if you're doing a PD. You can pull what you need, and then you will remove it, and you will attach, let me put that back together. You will attach the hub to transfer. You're going to take your waste, let it fill. Like I say, get you about 1 mil to 1.5 mils in there. I think it's a 3 mil, but you don't have to go all the way full. You're going to remove the adapter. You are going to fill your blood culture bottle. It will take what it needs. If you have a second or third syringe, depending on how many tests that you need to do for the patient outside of blood cultures, you are going to treat every syringe like it is a brand new collection, okay? You will have to do a waste tube for each one. So you will attach a brand new hub. Don't use the same hub you already used. Attach a brand new hub to the new syringe, do a new waste tube, then you'll start your collections. If you have to do 2 sets of blood cultures, you may have 4 tubes depending on how many syringes you need, or you may just have 2 syringes if you're doing 2 PDs, or if you're doing 2 adult sets. 2 adult sets, you may need more than 2 or 3 syringes. You may need 4, 1 for each, because these go up to 10, okay? But just make sure that you have a different adapter for each one and a different waste tube for each one. We have to keep them all separate. While we are talking about blood cultures, I'm gonna go ahead and mention these other 2. These have to be picked up and dropped off in the lab. They cannot be sent through the tube system. They are glass. You hear it. They have different additives in them. This one is for fungal culture. So if you get an order for a fungal culture, you will have to get one of these. You treat them exactly the same as the rest of the cultures. Only difference is, instead of having to remove the hub, you can use the same one that you do for your waste tube. Same for this green one. It's got a little bit of a powder at the end, at the bottom of it. You can't really see it very well, but these are for AFB cultures. So if you get an AFB culture on a patient, you will have to come down here, pick one of these up, and you'll fill it again just the same. You do your waste tube, and then you do one of these. Sometimes you will have multiples. If you have multiples where you have to get a whole set and a fungal set, you're gonna do them in this order: green, orange, yellow. if you have to do a fungal set and regular set in the AFB. Green, orange, glass, green. Okay. Sometimes you will have all of these. You're going to do them in this order: green, orange, green, yellow. Okay. The reason being, this one has a liquid additive that when you put your hub back on and you put it on, if it's upside down, what's going to happen? That additive touches the needle that's inside the hub. We don't want to move that over into the AFB tube. Okay. That's if you have enough on that syringe. If you don't, remember, new syringe, new hub, new waste tube. Okay. Let's see, did I miss anything? I think we got it all. I think we're good. Yeah, that's it.